Today on the show, it's Hot Comics Monthly, the monthly news show for all the hot comics that are coming out this month. This month being August 2014. Guys, can you believe it's August already? Like, this summer is going really fast, although July seemed really long. Like, I thought it was never going to end. Okay, so let's start with Multiversity #1 because you guys would shoot me if I didn't talk about it because it's being written by Grant Morrison. I love Grant Morrison's work. I love so much of it, and it's to do with the multiverse, which means I'm probably going to like this because I'm not a huge multiverse story fan, but when Grant Morrison does it, it's just got this special flair that I just love. From the description of the series, I think the series is going to be very weird, very crazy, and just messed up, which gets me very, very excited because that makes me think it might be a lot like Animal Man or Grant Morrison's take on the Doom Patrol, which, as some of you may know, was my introduction to comics. I'm not getting too excited in case I get very, very disappointed, but Grant Morrison's stuff, I'm very rarely disappointed by it. As this is set in the multiverse, I should imagine that all of these stories would be relatively self-contained, so you could probably read this very easily. However, I would imagine that these are going to be very heavy stories, so if you're new to comics, that might turn you away because Grant Morrison's stuff is very heavy. Aside from Multiversity from DC this month, I'm just going to be getting my regulars. Yeah, there's not really much else that I'm all that excited for from DC at the moment, which is fine because I really like my current regulars anyway. From Marvel, there's a few more things that I'm excited about, starting with all new Doop #5, which is the final issue, and that comes out on the 27th. If I'm honest with all of you, I did miss 1 or 2 issues in this series, but I did really enjoy what I read. I don't think it sold well in my local comic book shop, which is weird. I kind of wonder why I missed a few issues. Maybe I just didn't see them on the shelf, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna be ordering all the ones that I missed in this series, and then I'm just gonna have an hour or two where I sit down and read it all at once, because what I did read, I really enjoyed. It was so much fun. Ms. Marvel #7, which will be hitting stores on August 20th. Again, another really fun series. Ms. Marvel is totally self-contained. It's about this girl called Kamala Khan who idolized the Avengers and the X-Men, and one day she gets powers and becomes Ms. Marvel. And it's such a good series. So much fun. Lots of people say that they wish she wasn't called Ms. Marvel, but I think Ms. Marvel suits her perfectly. She idolized heroes made by Marvel. Although she didn't know they were made by Marvel, she still idolized them, so to call her Ms. Marvel is like a shout out to the company that made everything that she loves. I encourage all of you to go and pick this up, especially if you're new to comics. It's such a good series. It's probably my second favorite thing floating around at the moment, my favorite being Harley Quinn. And that brings me to my next topic. My highlight from last month, which was Harley Quinn Invades San Diego Comic-Con. This was so funny. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect from this at all. I really wasn't expecting anything, but it was so funny. I loved it. There were 1 or 2 moments that are a little bit cringeworthy, if I'm honest, but everything else in it was so funny and so good. One of my favorite parts is this part where she finds a room full of Joker cosplayers and just hilarity goes down. I'm not going to tell you what happens because I want you to go out and buy it. I've put a link to mycomicshop.com down below to where you can buy all of the comics that I've mentioned today, but especially pick up this one because it was so funny and so good. From Image Comics this month, I'm going to be talking about Imperial. Now, Imperial is part of a 4-part limited series which is about a boy that has to make the choice of becoming the world's only hero, Imperial, or marrying the girl of his dreams. This series just sounds so cheesy and so much fun, and I really can't wait for it. It's going to be very self-contained, so it's probably very newcomer friendly. I really can't wait to read it. It's actually released today, weirdly enough. I didn't see it at my local comic book shop, so I'm probably going to have to go to my other local comic book shop to see if they've got it there. Please keep in mind that indie comic book release dates are kind of subject to change, like if the artist or the writer can't stick to their own deadlines, which means it might be delayed by a month or two later on down the line, which I don't mind so long as we get a good comic. I have a slight feeling that this series might be better off in trade paperback, but it might not be released in trade paperback, so get it in monthlies just in case. And this brings me on to a totally unrelated topic that I kind of didn't want to have to do, but kind of looking at my resources, I've got no choice. As some of you may know, I am filming a series called Becoming Robin, and filming for that was supposed to start on the 1st of this month. When I went to go and start filming it, some of my equipment had broken without me knowing, which was a huge pain in the neck. I've kind of looked at my resources and realized that the soonest I'd be able to replace this broken equipment would actually be on the 15th of this month, if I am lucky, which is where I need your guys' help. I want to start filming this series as soon as possible. I'm already a few days behind, which kind of jacks up my plans totally. So I put a PayPal donation link down below to where you can help me out in creating Becoming Robin. Now there are some things that I want you to take note of. Number one, if you cannot afford to donate, don't donate. And if you don't want to donate, don't donate. It's that simple. But if you're interested in becoming Robin and obviously have the resources to donate, I'd really appreciate a donation. But donations are not mandatory whatsoever. This is just to help me to replace this broken equipment a lot sooner. Like I said, it's if I'm lucky I can replace it on the 15th. Also, I don't want any of you to feel bad for not donating. If you can't donate, you can't donate. It's as simple as that. It's not a big deal. And finally, this is the part for all of you that are going to donate that I want you to take note of. If you do donate, I just want you to know that you will receive early access to Becoming Robin, meaning that you can watch it a month before everyone else. You will also receive a digital photo book of all the photo shoots that I do of my cosplays in Becoming Robin. Again, donations are not mandatory, but they would just help me out so much at this moment in time, you have no idea. And the moment that I have the money to replace all of this broken equipment, I'm going to be removing the PayPal link from the description, so no more of you donate so we don't go over the limit. It's super effective! Thank you for listening to me babble on in that last part, but that is it for today. What comics are you looking forward to this month? Please let me know in the comments down below. And also don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more Hot Comics Monthly. And also don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support the show by checking out my Patreon so I can make bigger and better videos, like a full-fledged 90-minute in-depth documentary about Harley Quinn, and subscribe to my gaming channel. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.